The line went completely silent for a moment after he said it. "Put it on my back," the elder's voice crackled through the phone conference. "I will be the Christ for your problems." But Yahshao, listening from the shadows of a fake name, knew the weight of those words was a debt the man simply couldn't pay.
It's a chilling start, Ariel. Imagine being in that group chat, hearing someone claim they can carry the sins of a whole congregation, while a witness like Yahshao warns them that death itself might be the penalty for such a boast.
Exactly. And that's the thing. Yahshao isn't just some observer. He carries this thing he calls king energy. And Emery, it sounds more like a burden than a crown. He's actually scared of it.
He really is. He describes this terrifying reality where everywhere he goes, judgment follows. If he visits a place, it catches fire. If he meets a person, they fall ill or even pass away. It's like he's a walking catalyst for the universe's balance.
I mean, can you imagine living like that? He says he doesn't even visit his own family or cousins anymore. He just stays with his wife, isolated, because he doesn't want people to suffer from his presence.
It sounds lonely, honestly, but he explains that this king energy isn't something he chose to wield for harm. It's the universe protecting its son. It's a frequency that reacts to the purity, or lack thereof, in the people around him.
So, it's like a spiritual mirror? If you're around him and you're carrying lies or poison, the energy just reflects it back at you with interest?
That's a great way to put it, Ariel. He talks about abracadabra. Literally, I create as I speak. He believes our words are swords and our minds are the ultimate power. When he speaks, reality shifts to match the vibration.
Wait, let's go back to that church story. There was a rumor mill, right? People gossiping, tearing each other down. And this elder tries to play the hero by taking the blame.
Right. And Yahshao speaks up, using an earthly name so they don't know who he really is. He asks the elder if he's sure. He warns him that if death is involved, he won't be so quick to accept the burden.
And the elder just brushes it off, right? Like, it's just a figure of speech. But then, 2 years later, the consequences hit. It wasn't a joke at all.
It's tragic, really. That elder was murdered by his own stepson-in-law. No one even knew why it happened. It was as if the universe took him up on his offer to carry the weight, and it crushed him.
That is so heavy, Emery. And he wasn't the only one on that call who faced a dark fate. There were those pastors with the licenses to carry for God.
Yes, the ones who thought a piece of paper gave them authority over the divine. Yahshao told them they hadn't earned the title. You can't just give away the knowledge of the universe like a certificate.
I loved his line about that. He said he got a fake certificate too, but he knew he didn't need a license because he is the license. That's such a bold statement of self-actualization.
It's the ultimate confidence in one's spiritual standing. But look at what happened to the others. One died of a stroke. Another lost his son during the pandemic. It's like their fake authority couldn't shield them from the truth.
It makes me think about the responsibility we have with our words. If sound is vibration and words are swords, how many of us are accidentally cutting our own lives to pieces?
Most people, probably. We gossip, we lie, we pretend to be more than we are. Yahshao's message is that the universe is always listening. It's always protecting the sons who walk with that pure king energy.
There was another story he mentioned, the couple who couldn't have a child. They prayed and prayed, but Yahshao said their door wasn't fit for a holy soul. That's a really intense perspective on infertility.
It's a perspective that shifts the focus from "why is God punishing me?" to "is my life a fit vessel for what I'm asking for?" They started to doubt God, and Yahshao was sent to show them the plan.
But the husband died shortly after, right? 2 months later. It's like the realization of the truth was too much, or maybe it was his time to live with God because the earthly path was closed.
Yahshao sees these things before they happen. He mentioned a dream about a brother and his wife at a Russian courthouse. 2 months later, the news comes. The man passed away. He's a witness to the inevitable.
I'm curious about the healing aspect he mentions. He says if you see him, you're blessed, not cursed. And that just calling his name can bring healing. How does that square with the scary energy?
Well, it's about the heart of the person approaching him. If your hands are holy and your heart is pure, his frequency, his vibration aligns with yours and lifts you up. It's only the poison that reacts badly.
So, if you're a good person, the king energy is like a warm sun. But if you're full of lies, it's a consuming fire. That explains why he's so careful about who he encounters.
Exactly. He says respect is the key. Respecting the energy, respecting others' choices. He talks about love and forgiveness being the blueprint for your life. It's not just about power, it's about the character behind it.
He's really pushing this idea that we can all earn this title. We can all become God and King in our own lives if we master our minds and our speech. It's an invitation, not just a warning.
It is. But it's an invitation with a very high entry fee. You have to earn the knowledge of the universe. You have to stop poisoning the world with lies. Because, as he says, you are creating your own world every single day.
I keep thinking about that word, poison. We live in a world where lies are so common, they're almost like the air we breathe. Social media, gossip, fake personas, it's all poison, isn't it?
It really is. And if Yahshao is right, we are all walking around in a world of our own creation that is slowly becoming toxic because of the words we choose to speak. We're building our own Russian courthouses in our minds.
That's a terrifying thought, Emery, but also empowering. If I created this mess with my words, I can theoretically speak my way out of it. Abracadabra, right?
Right, but you have to mean it. You have to have the king energy to back it up. You can't just say the words. You have to vibrate at that frequency. Your mind has to be the power of all.
I wonder if that's why he insists on the entertainment purposes only tag at the end. Is he protecting himself? Or is he testing us to see if we can recognize the truth even when it's labeled as fiction?
Maybe both. Or maybe it's just another layer of protection. If you don't believe him, the energy won't affect you as strongly. It's a way of letting people choose their own reality, which he says is a fundamental right of every soul.
It's like he's giving us the blueprint, but also the exit ramp if we're not ready for it. Here is the truth, but if it's too much, just call it a story. That's actually quite compassionate.
It is. He mentions forgiving and giving others their choices as part of the blueprint. He's not here to force anyone to be a king. He's just witnessing what happens when you try to fake it.
The stories of the pastors really hit home for me. The idea that a title, a piece of paper, can make you feel invincible, when in reality, you're just as vulnerable as anyone else if your heart isn't right.
It's the difference between having a title and being the title. The elder who thought he could be Christ was having a moment of ego. Yahshao, by just being present, was being the witness.
And the universe backed him up. That's the part that gives me chills. The timing of it all. 2 months here, 2 years there. It's like a slow-motion car crash for anyone who ignored the warning.
It's a reminder that spiritual laws might move slower than physical ones, but they are just as certain. You can't outrun your own vibration, Ariel. Eventually, the world you've created catches up to you.
So, for our listeners who might be feeling a bit uneasy right now, what's the takeaway? How do we start earning that king energy without the house on fire side effects?
I think it starts with the mouth. Watch the swords you're swinging. Are you speaking life into your world, or are you poisoning it with gossip and lies? Keep your hands holy and your heart pure, as Yahshao says.
And maybe stop trying to carry everyone else's problems if you haven't even sorted out your own. That elder's mistake was thinking he could handle a weight he hadn't trained for.
Exactly. Mastery of self before mastery of the universe. It's a journey, not a destination. And it's a journey that requires a lot of honesty, the kind of honesty that might be scary at first.
Yahshao's fear makes so much more sense now. It's not a fear of the energy itself, but a fear of the responsibility. When you realize your thoughts and words actually do something, you can't just be careless anymore.
It's the end of careless living. Every encounter becomes a sacred exchange. Every word becomes a seed. You start to see why he chooses to live so quietly with his wife.
It's a powerful lesson in intentionality. Honestly, Emery, I'm going to be thinking about that Russian courthouse dream for a while. The idea that someone's fate is already written in the frequency they're emitting.
It's a call to wake up, isn't it? To realize we aren't just victims of circumstance, but the architects of our own heaven or hell. Yahshao is just the one holding the level and showing us where the walls are crooked.
Wow! Well, if you've been listening and you feel a shift in the air, maybe it's just the vibration of these truths sinking in. Just remember, keep your heart pure and your words true.
And if you ever hear someone offer to carry all your sins on their back, maybe take a step back and check their license first, because the universe is always watching, and it doesn't take jokes lightly.
What a way to end. Yahshao's story is a mirror for all of us. Whether we see a blessing or a curse depends entirely on who we are when we look into it.
Exactly, Ariel. It's all about the frequency. Let's make sure ours is one of love and truth today, because you never know who or what might be listening to your abracadabra.
That's the truth. Thanks for walking through this narrative with me, Emery. It's been eye-opening, to say the least.
Always a pleasure. Just remember, we all have that king energy within us. We just have to be brave enough to earn it.
So, keep your hands holy, everyone, and until next time, watch your words. They might just be creating the world you have to live in tomorrow.
Stay safe, stay pure, and keep vibrating higher. The universe is protecting its sons and daughters, but you have to do your part too.
Well said. We'll see you in the next episode, where we dive even deeper into the stories that shape our reality. Goodbye for now.
Goodbye, and remember, it's all in the mind. Use your power wisely.